am Lauren Shade with Allegro Software, and welcome to the Allegro Software Medical Device Security Lunch and Learn. And today we're going to be talking about specifically medical device security and how device manufacturers have addressed the need for medical device security in their Internet of Things types of devices. Medical device security in general is a very complex topic. It involves a number of different areas or aspects to medical device security. Everything from understanding it's a shared responsibility between the device manufacturer and the health delivery organization, as well as there's a whole series of standards and understanding how to do lifecycle management, information security and privacy, understanding risks, connectivity, and other types of things. We could spend a lot of time talking about all these different areas, but today we're only going to be talking about two specific areas in medical device security. And the first one is understanding risks and how risks are affected in medical device security, and how you manage them. Now, risks for the risk domain for medical devices really are broken down into two specific areas, and that's safety and privacy. Safety's been around for quite some time, making sure that you can build a medical device that is safe for customers to be able to use in a variety of different forms, so to make sure that they don't get harmed in any specific ways. On the privacy side, a more recent characteristic of medical devices, particularly IoMT devices, where you need to make sure that the data that is generated or communicated from a device or stored on a device is stored in an appropriate way such that data breaches are handled appropriately and data is not leaked from that particular patient. There's a number of overall guidelines that are provided here as well. What's most important is that there's a systematic approach, and again, every device or every device manufacturer approaches this in a different way, and they all have a different systematic approach for relating to and mitigating these particular risks. The main thing here is that you provide these maintainable engineering artifacts that come out of these processes, and that gives you a number of metrics that you can evaluate for the likelihood and the severity of a potential to your device. The second area that we're going to be talking about here in medical device security is controls. What can you do to control or mitigate, or the types of countermeasures that you can use to reduce cybersecurity related risks? And there are really three different types of controls that you can use for, particularly on the data privacy side or the privacy side. And the first one is a technology. A lot of companies, a lot of device manufacturers will initially use a series of technology to be able to mitigate risk for data breaches. Most commonly thought of as the most common countermeasure for making sure there's not a data breach of some sort. There's procedural things that you can do to make sure that you identify how a medical device is supposed to be used, where it's used, and the environment it's used to make sure it's used properly. The last one is kind of a legal aspect, is for the product itself. The legal documents specify how the product is used, where it's used, and what is the legal domain that this product is in to make sure that everything is safe. From a controls point of view, on the technology side, there's really 5 different types of control. And they're all typically based on the foundation of cryptography. So cryptography and the benefits of it, or I want to say that the outcomes of using cryptography are very much utilized to help mitigate and control risks. And those are authentication, authorization, access control, and overall logging. And if you have this type of cryptography and you can implement in your designs to be able to enable these other 4, they will definitely help mitigate risks in your IoMT devices. With that said, as I mentioned, medical device security in general is a very complex topic and has a number of different subtopics within it. We were only going to be talking about 2 today. But we were going to go on and talk about some unique requirements for implementing technology controls in the IoMT environment. As we mentioned before, cryptography is very, very critical, and the outcomes of cryptography are what are extremely important to be able to mitigate risk on the privacy side. IoT devices are typically very resource sensitive. So even though you have cryptography, cryptography is typically expensive. And I don't mean from a cost point of view, or it's really from a code size and from an execution point of view that these resource sensitive environments usually have the capabilities to be able to handle this. What you really need is a cryptography library that's flexible and is very configurable, and you can configure it to run in these resource-constrained environments. Allegro has such a cryptography library that's gone through the FIPS validation process and meets all of these specific requirements. Not only that, it's been pre-integrated into a complete suite of connectivity and security toolkits that can be utilized in a variety of IoT applications. I look forward to talking with you soon. If you have any additional questions about medical device security or how Allegro toolkits might be able to help with your medical device security, I look forward to having a discussion with you. Please use the information on the screen here to get in touch with me. With that, I look forward to talking with you again soon. Take care.